In today's video, we're going to get acquainted with Bluehost VPS hosting and take a look at the tools you'll use to manage it. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and by the end of this video, you'll know what Bluehost VPS offers, how to navigate the control panel, and how to access your server through SSH and the built-in file manager. It might sound a bit technical, but I promise to keep things very straightforward and beginner-friendly. If you've ever wondered how to move beyond shared hosting without feeling lost, this overview is going to give you a solid foundation. Let's get into it. So let's start off with the basics. What is Bluehost VPS? Bluehost VPS hosting provides your own virtual server environment with allocated resources like CPU cores, memory, and storage. Unlike shared hosting, where hundreds of sites live on the same server and compete for resources, a VPS essentially ensures that your site's performance isn't bogged down by neighbors. Bluehost VPS plans feature AMD EPYC processors and NVMe SSD storage for quick response times. They come with unmetered bandwidth and dedicated IP addresses. The infrastructure includes DDoS protection, a 99.99% uptime guarantee, and the ability to scale resources when needed. Bluehost provides a management dashboard where you can control your server. You'll find options to start, stop, or restart the VPS, view resource usage, and access a browser-based console. For file management, Bluehost includes a file manager that lets you upload, edit, and delete files from your server without using external FTP software. They also support SFTP and SSH access, so you can connect securely using a terminal. If you prefer a traditional hosting control panel, you also can install cPanel or another panel of your choice on the VPS, but the self-managed plans don't include it by default. This gives you flexibility. Keep things lean or install your favorite tools. Now, let's go ahead and dive into some of the standout features of Bluehost. So a really key feature of Bluehost VPS is full root access, which essentially gives you unrestricted control over the software you install. If you want to configure specific versions of PHP, set up a node environment, or run custom scripts, you can absolutely do that. The plan comes with unmetered bandwidth, meaning typical website traffic won't incur extra fees. NVMe SSD storage ensures fast read and write operations, and AMD EPYC processors really do deliver multi-core performance. DDoS protection and dedicated IP addresses add a layer of security as well. Bluehost control and access options cater to different comfort levels, so you can manage your server through a web dashboard that shows CPU and RAM usage, start or stop the server, and then view logs. Remote access via SSH also lets you run commands directly on the server for configuration tasks. A browser-based file manager allows you to upload or edit files without leaving your dashboard. For users who like graphical interfaces, you also can install cPanel or Plaster yourself, giving you point-and-click control over domains, databases, and email accounts. This flexibility means you're not locked into one management style, which is so powerful if that's what you're looking for. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into a little walkthrough. So if you don't already have a Bluehost VPS plan, to get the best deal possible, make sure you use our exclusive link down in the description below. All you'll do is, we'll go over the plans in a bit, but you can go ahead and get started with any plan that you like. Then once you're inside the Bluehost account, you can start by clicking on hosting in the left-hand menu. This is where Bluehost lists all of the hosting services connected to your account. So under this, you'll see your VPS hosting plan, and this is the main dashboard that we're going to walk through. So as you can see at the top of the page, you'll see the name of your VPS along with a server address that ends in mybluehost.me. This is your server's internal host name. It's not your website domain or anything like that, so it's not something you need to change or interact with. It's simply how Bluehost identifies your server internally. The first thing to look at is server status. If this shows online and appears in green, that means your VPS is running properly. This is the most important indicator on the entire page. As long as your server is online, everything is functioning as expected. If the server were offline, your sites would not be accessible, but seeing it online means you're in good shape. Next, take a look at the disk storage. So this shows how much of your server's storage space is currently being used. On a brand new VPS, this number is usually very low, and that's completely normal. It just means you haven't installed anything yet, like WordPress files, databases, or other software. But as you build websites and add content, this number will slowly increase over time. Below that, you'll see a few action buttons. One of them is reboot server. Rebooting your VPS is similar to restarting your computer. This is something you might use if you're troubleshooting an issue or after making certain system level changes, but it's not something that you're going to need to regularly use. You'll also see power off server. So this completely shuts down your VPS. Most users will never need to use this option, and it's typically reserved for maintenance or situations where you intentionally want to take the server offline. Next is the launch console. So this opens a browser-based terminal window that connects directly to your server. When this opens, you'll see a black screen with text or system messages. This is not an error screening. It's simply showing Linux system activity as the server runs in the background. This console represents SSH access, which is how advanced users communicate directly with the server. If you're new to VPS hosting, you don't need to type anything here yet. The important thing to know is where this access lives, and then recognizing that seeing this text on the screen is completely normal. One important difference between VPS hosting and shared hosting is file access. Unlike shared hosting, a VPS does not come with a built-in file manager by default. There's no drag and drop file browser on this dashboard yet. File access usually happens through SSH or SFTP, or after you install a control panel like cPanel or CyberPanel. At this stage, it's expected that you don't see a traditional file manager and nothing is missing from your account. And then if you go ahead and click into manage, you can even see things like operating system, application, disk storage, server status, data center, IP address, and root password. And then if you click view details, you'll see some additional information about your VPS, such as allocated resources and system details. This section is informational only. You don't need to change anything here for basic use, but it is helpful to know where this information lives. The key thing to understand about this dashboard is that it's a server level control panel, not a website builder. Right now, you're looking at the foundation of your hosting environment. There's no website installed yet, and that's exactly how it should be at this point. This dashboard exists. You can confirm your server is running. Understand what each option does and know where to access things later when you're ready to install software or build a site. For now, the most important takeaway is understanding what you're seeing, knowing which buttons you don't need to touch yet, and feeling comfortable navigating the VPS dashboard without worrying that you'll break anything. Okay, now that you've seen the complete overview, let's talk about the pros and cons so you can decide if this is worth it for your business and for your workflow. So starting off with the pros, Bluehost VPS packages offer strong performance and security at a competitive price. The combination of NVMe, SSD storage, and AMD EPYC processors, unmetered bandwidth, and DDoS protection make it really great for traffic spikes and resource-intensive applications. Having full root access means you can tailor the server environment to your needs. The ability to install cPanel or other control panels provides flexibility for users coming from shared hosting who want a familiar interface. Now, on the downside, Bluehost self-managed VPS plans do not include cPanel by default. Installing and licensing a control panel is also an extra step in cost. So while unmetered bandwidth is generous, the plans are limited by allocating CPU and memory. If one of your site consumes excess resources, you might need to upgrade. Customer support for self-managed servers focuses on infrastructure, so software configuration questions may require consulting documentation. And finally, pricing can be higher than bargain hosts, though you often get what you pay for in terms of reliability and infrastructure. It really depends on what plan that you are going for. Speaking of the plans, let's go ahead and talk about the different plans and pricing options. So again, if you want to click that link down below, you can click choose plan. From here, they've got a bunch of different options. If you go with the 1 year or 3 year plans, you can go ahead and save some money. The monthly plans are a bit more of an investment. So I'm going to go over the 1 year plans, which again is the same as the 3 year plans, just so you understand how you can get the best price possible. First, we've got the NVMe 2. This is just $4.99 per month for a 12-month term. With this, you get 1 vCPU core, 2 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and 50 gigabytes of NVMe storage. You get unmetered bandwidth and infrastructure-only support. With each of these plans, they just increase. So the NVMe 4 is $11.99 per month for the year term, and everything increases. The CPU core, the gigabytes of RAM, the storage. Okay, same with the NVMe NVMe 8. So we've got $24.99 per month, and then the NVMe 16, $49.99 per month. Okay, so again, with VPS hosting, you have your own virtual private server with full root access, complete control to install custom software, allocated resources, you can scale, and you are responsible for OS, software, and maintenance, and it's best for flexibility and control. So just some things to keep in mind. Now, before we wrap up, I just wanted to touch on a couple of bonus tips. So one quick tip, if this is your first time using a VPS, is really to avoid changing anything you don't recognize right away. The VPS dashboard is designed for server management, not day-to-day website edits. So it's normal if it feels sparse or technical at first. As long as your server status shows online, you're in a good place. Another helpful tip is to write down or securely save your VPS root credentials as soon as you have access. VPS hosting works differently than shared hosting, and having those credentials available will save you time later if you install tools, connect via SSH, or need to troubleshoot. If you're coming from a shared hosting, remember that features like file managers, one-click installs, and dashboards don't exist by default on a VPS. Those conveniences come later when you install a control panel or deployment tool. Nothing is missing from your account. This is just how VPS environments are structured. And finally, if something feels confusing or inaccessible, don't assume you're doing something wrong. VPS hosting has a learning curve, and Bluehost support can help with server level access issues like permissions or credentials. Once the foundation is set, everything else becomes so much easier. Okay, now is Bluehost VPS for you? Bluehost VPS is a great fit if you want a reliable, high-performance server with the freedom to install your own software. It's ideal for established websites or online stores that have outgrown shared hosting, as well as developers who need a sandbox for custom applications. If you're comfortable managing a server or willing to learn, the flexibility is a huge bonus. However, if you prefer a managed experience where the host handles updates and provides a control panel out of the box, you're probably going to want to consider their managed VPS options or a different managed provider. I highly recommend evaluating your technical comfort level and the need of your site before committing. I know stepping into a VPS for the first time can feel like a big leap, but it's also an exciting step towards more control and better performance. If you want to check out Bluehost VPS yourself, don't forget to use our exclusive link down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content and tutorials just like this. This channel is dedicated to helping you build your website with simple tools and easy steps. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you aren't already, and of course, leave any comments or questions below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.